Hey, Dan Passarelli here. Well, we had one of the bigger ranges in the stock market than I can recall seeing in a while. Certainly not the biggest ever, but a big one in recent history. The S&P 500 had a range of around 4%, a little more than 4% throughout the day, and that constitutes a fairly large range. I mean, recall that when the market is down 10% from its high, that's considered a correction. And we moved about 40% of a range like that in a single day, just to sort of give a baseline to what we're talking about here. So, why such a big move? Well, first of all, of course, the market opened significantly lower because of the fact that Russia invaded Ukraine. Now, why did it rally back? Well, we have to consider what Russia invading Ukraine has to do with the US stock market. So, first of all, a big part of that is some of the sanctions that are being put on Russia, that haven't been put on Russia and will be put on Russia. Now, these obviously are necessary for political reasons, but they could have somewhat of a drag on certain companies, certain American companies that do international business or can be impacted by international business. Now, another thing is oil. And if we go here and we look at where the crude oil futures are trading, they're up, let's see, 0.67 here right now at this point. And so the reason why crude, of course, is up is because Russia is a fairly large producer of crude. Another thing to consider is if this does end up dragging on the US economy, does that change how the Fed will deal with raising interest rates, and does all this affect inflation? So we take all these factors into account, and that's exactly what the market did today. That's the job of the market itself, to discover the prices. It's called the price discovery process. And the market basically shook it off. The market basically reassessed the news and the potential impact, and believes that maybe this invasion financially might not have the impact that initially it was thought. Of course, it's a horrible situation and it affects the lives of millions of people, and is a very bad situation in most regards. But as far as the impact on the market, which is what we're talking about here, it looks like the market now believes that maybe it's not as bad as they thought earlier this morning. This is Dan Passarelli, Trade Smart.